Bowl. 3 simple words, and they stir emotions and feelings across the entire state of Alabama, which can be felt and in many cases starts blood to boiling because rivalries like this define this great sport. Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. It's the Auburn Tigers and the Alabama Crimson Tide. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Holly Rose, some interesting storylines setting up in this one.
Guys, the Crimson Tide head coach has let me know pregame. He loves how his team has come out and dominated in the conference so far this season, but he understands the road gets even harder now. He's talked to his team about getting off to a fast start, that that's important to set the tone here today. They want to keep that undefeated streak alive in conference play, but it all begins right now. We'll see if they can do it against a very tough opponent. Back to you.
Thank you, Holly. Really looking forward to this matchup. Auburn will kick it off to get things started. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So the Alabama Crimson Tide offense will take the field for the first possession of this game. The last time these two clashed in the Iron Bowl, it was the Tide winning a classic.
And the Tide have done a great job in recent history of owning Auburn, doing a great job of winning this series. But they respect them every single. They know they won last year, but every year there's a healthy level of respect for this Auburn Tiger team.
Yeah, and I think back to last year's game for Alabama, it was their best players making the big plays late in the game. And this game this year is littered with game changers on both sidelines. Both Auburn and Alabama have the guys that can break this game wide open. So we're going to see a great one here.
Alabama quickly back to the line. Russell on play action. Still looking to his right. Going to try to get it himself. He gets it past the 25-yard line and finally knocked out of bounds at the 27. Alabama needs just a few inches here on 3rd down. Turns into the pile. They get him on the ground, but it'll be enough to pick up the 1st down.
Every offensive coordinator in the country, they come in the game, they have a script. They have a couple plays they want to go through to get their team settled in, get down and get in good 3rd down situations, execute on 3rd down. Nice start on this opening drive by the offense.
It's dropped after taking the hit.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary. You saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
Breaks the tackle. They make the stop after a gain of 3 to the 31.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
The officials have stopped the clock as there is an injured Auburn Tiger on the field. Final game of the regular season, and you just hope this is not serious. This Alabama offense is clicking. They're set up with another 1st down. Keelan Russell. Oh, pressure's coming. Out wide right, it's Hill. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield.
And that's a nice job by the offense, man. I love when offenses can go 5 wide, spread the formation, find the matchup they want. This time, it's the running back turned wide receiver. They get him the football, and he does the rest and gets upfield. But nice job spreading the formation and really making the defense make a decision.
And there are flags flying as the pass falls incomplete. We'll see who it's on. And the penalty accepted, and they'll move him back. With that penalty, the offense is backed up on 2nd down. Looking downfield, it's Russell. Out wide left, it's Rogers. They get him out of bounds, couple yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling. Again, it's Russell. Got it. Still running at the 40. Oh, a lot of space. Ripping off the huge gain down to the 17.
You're seeing this offense aggressive here right out of the gate. I don't even know if they're planning on running the football the rest of this game, the way they're throwing it right now. I mean, they're just throwing caution to the wind. And, David, we know it. They've got a lot of confidence in their skill players throwing the ball, and right now that's been very apparent early.
Well, and now you knock me back on my heels a little bit. Now I'm like, oh, crud, is this their game plan? Is this going to be pass, pass, pass? So defensively, I'm thinking, how do I make my subs? Do I go dime? Do I go nickel, right? Like, they're definitely pass happy, but the first thing I have to do is get a pass rush and make this quarterback feel uncomfortable.
Well, on the opening drive of the game, establishing a rhythm and a cadence offensively is really, really important. They've done some good things on this first drive to put them in this situation. Obviously, you just threw an incompletion on second down. They're likely going to throw it again here right now. Quarterback has just got to settle in. Timing is important. Get rid of the ball on time. Trust your read and execute this passing play if you're throwing it.
Now on fourth down, they'll try to come away with 3. Never a doubt. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
And he'll take that first drive. Like, you wanted a touchdown, but you gave the people here at home something to cheer about on that first drive. Move the football enough to get your kicker an opportunity and to put 3 on the board.
Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Tigers' offense will come out to go on the attack for the first time. They sure hope that dynamic connection that was on display last week rears its head and wreaks havoc again today, Jesse.
And last week, it didn't matter what the secondary was doing from a coverage standpoint, David, whether it was man, zone, double covered, ISO'd.
Wide open spaces. He's at the 30. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped.
And I think that's really the key to this football team. You saw it last week, man. Everything kind of falls into place when he gets the football and the ground game gets going. And I think, like, settle everybody in, run the football, and be more physical.
Pulls it on the option. Hit and drop behind the line. He'll lose a yard. This defense didn't hang its head. They stood tall after the big play. 3rd and goal coming. Brown will throw it. And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete. Now on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal try. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. And this one is perfect. And the 3 ball gives us a tie.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Tide ready to roll on offense. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Here comes the heat. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. These two rivals first played in 1893, but there was nearly a half-century, guys, when they didn't play each other because they got in a fight over, among other things, gate receipts.
Yeah, listen, I've been lucky enough to broadcast this game before, and I'll never forget being at Bryant-Denny Stadium and just feeling the energy. It was just completely different versus anything I'd ever seen in college football before. David, there's a different meaning to this game for both of these schools in the state of Alabama.
Yeah, and it's just different because I think being in the state, like, fans are around each other all year long. Players are around each other all year long. You know, the Iron Bowl was a civil war of hate between each other all year.
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. Maybe didn't have the defense they expected, and they'll call a timeout here on 4th and 1. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. And the offense will stay on the field. Do you think they're just going to try to make the defense jump? Russell will throw for it on 4th. Intercepted for the 11th time this season. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And the defender makes a great read, breaks on the football, and makes the big interception in the back end. And here's the thing, that's number 4 this season, so he's finding the football consistently.
Dropped immediately. He got nothing on first down. Auburn to the line in a hurry. On play action. Right side, it's Nimrod. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Just going to keep it after the snap. He gets it inside the 20 to the 19, but they still have a ways to go, and it'll be fourth down. And they'll send out the field goal unit. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head.
Well, they're able to get a field goal and put 3 points up on the board after getting that interception. You would have liked to have seen the offense do a little bit more with that possession, give themselves an opportunity to score a touchdown. But listen, teams will take 3 points any way they can get it.
Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Alabama offense coming onto the field. Down 6-3 early, they'll try to put together a drive to take the lead. Running inside, it's Hill. He's got the first down. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. After a big gainer on that first play, now they can really go for it on 1st and 10. Russell unloads to the wideout. Makes the catch. It's Rodgers. They mark him out of bounds at the 42, and they're on the move. And it looks as if they buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. They go play action with Russell. Moving to his left. He's got him wide open. He goes to the ground, but not before a big pickup and a first down.
And you know, Alabama at the quarterback spot, obviously, you need that great player. When they've had the great player, these teams have been really, really great. The last couple years, man, you've kind of seen the inconsistencies come out at that spot. So finding that next guy, critically important.
It is critically important. I think what's interesting about Alabama at that quarterback spot, too, is a lot of other programs, they reload the position through the portal. But when you think about Alabama, they kind of grow it internally from guys they've recruited who have waited their turn and then finally show up. Ty Simpson was one of those guys. He waited his turn year after year to get his opportunity, and I think they feel like they've got the guys inside the building already that can take over the spot and lead this team to a national championship.
And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Rush right in his face. Finds a soft spot in the middle. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. They're in makeable field goal range. They could tie the game, but instead they'll go for it on 4th down. Quarterback signaling to his guys. 4th down, Russell. And is going to be batted down. They'll turn it over on downs.
Yeah, those 4th down stops are so huge for momentum to turn the ball back to your offense. Great pass defense, seeing the ball, breaking on it, swatting it down so the receiver couldn't make a play. Nice job by this defense.
Out wide right, it's Johnson. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. The Tigers want to pick up the tempo. Brown wants to pass. Quickly out to the tight end. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. Ground game really important. Let's take a look at how these running backs have fared through 1 quarter of play. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. They've got a first down here to open the period. Left side, it's Johnson. All the way out across the 45-yard line. Marking out of bounds at the 46. Auburn ready to go back to work after getting another first down.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
From the gun, it's Ncaa. 9-yard pickup on the play. It's now 2nd and 1. The big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
On the RPO. Knocked down at the 29-yard line. Picked up 15 yards on the play, and he's got a first down.
Well, the play fake on the RPO bought the receiver some time to work himself open on the route. That was a man-to-man coverage on the defense. Nice job by the receiver putting his foot in the ground and separating.
And that's a gift, right? Like, he was pretty dang open, and that drag route came open, and he had a chance to catch that, chew up some yards, but the defense will take it. And I tell you what, when you go over the middle, man, you got to have some courage. And I don't know if he felt some pressure and some bodies around him, but that was a clear drop.
They were really starting to put a drive together. After a couple of incompletions, now they need a big play on 3rd and 10. Brown will throw it. Looking to the big tight end. Finds a man in the middle. Touchdown, Tigers. Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
Man, this guy is an elite tight end. This guy is a dude. He keeps making plays like this. We're going to start comparing him to Brock Bowers and Kyle Pitts. The run after the catch, the big body, the athletic ability. He has it all.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He'll be stopped just short of the 25-yard line. They'll mark it at the 24, and good work by the coverage unit. Here comes that Alabama offense. So far, they've only been able to muster a field goal, but hoping to get things cooking here. He's got enough. Still on his feet at the 45. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. They'll get him on the ground, but he takes it all the way down to the 10. First and goal, and this feels like their chance to give him a finish. Russell on play action. Out wide left, it's 4. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
This is the area of the field defensively. It really doesn't matter what they've done to get here. You got to bow up, try to force the field goal. Nice job on first down and goal, getting him tackled to the ground.
All over him immediately.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on 3rd down.
And he's run out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they keep him out of the end zone for the moment.
You know, in these goal line situations, the field starts to shrink. It's easier to key in on these guys that you know can fly at the quarterback spot. Defense was locked in. Nice job on the 3rd and goal.
Russell will throw for it on 4. Touchdown, Bama! Gets it into the end zone. Ready to try the point after. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish it off with a short plunge into the end zone. The returner will field it and try to get some field position. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Tigers send out the offense to go to work. Back and forth we go on these last couple of drives, David. Everybody moving the ball.
Man, these offenses are in a rhythm. Everything they're doing right now is working. A lot of scoring. This puts a lot more pressure on your offense, Palmer, when you walk on the field.
And at this point, too, David, which defense can break serve, right? Who can get a stop? That's what it feels like is going to be the determining factor in this game.
Straight ahead, it's Ncaa. Stopped right there. Auburn lines up quickly. Brown wants to pass. On the move, he fires. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge game if he could have held on. Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Pulls it in at the 25. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They march to the end zone the last time they had it, do it again, and they'll be on top. They go play action with Russell. Fires to the wideout. And the defense forced that incompletion with the deflection.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
This offense lining up now at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. They'll give it to him again. Found a little crease and turned that into a productive run.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Got his man. Now he's got it all the way down to this 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. Alabama may always be built on the run, but these days they elevate with a high-flying pass game.
And great coaches evolve, and we've seen the evolution of this Alabama offense over the last several years, and it's not just run, it's not just eat.
Got enough space, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
Anytime you've got a successful run play on the ground, you've got to have great blocking up front. The offensive line, receivers, everybody doing their job, and that helped lead to the home run.
And he's going to bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Play action on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Johnson. Knocked down at the 26 after ripping off 10 there.
I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Brown will throw it. Finds his big tight end. They stop him after a pickup of 9, but he moves to change, and it'll be first down on the other side of the 2-minute timeout. And the Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. Takes the handoff. It's Cobb. There he goes. He's inside the 40. The 20. He's at the touchdown, Tigers. He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
Man, I am a great play caller when I can hand it to guys like that. And he can go that far to the house, create big plays, showed you a little bit of vision, showed you a little bit of burners when he kicked it in gear and got the long touchdown.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of the 25. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Russell on play action. Rush is on. He sacked this defense all over him.
Finally, a defense. Looks like they're able to break serve here. These offenses have been up and down the field now, these last two drives apiece, scoring points. But the sack right there finally puts an end to that, we think. It's setting up fourth down, and that might be a major play so far in this game to give them a lot of momentum moving forward.
Avoids the punishment with the slide and a good gain on that run. The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. They'll take a moment to gather their thoughts and put together a plan for this third down play. Making the adjustment on the play. Russell from the gun on third down. Pressure's there and he gets rid of it. And it's incomplete on third down.
You know, it's funny. That's probably the most discombobulated the offense is.
Guys, look at this. I'm surprised. They're going to gamble and go for it here on fourth down. Fourth down, Russell. Down he goes, and the defense snuffs out this drive with a sack.
Hey, at this point of the game, fourth and short, no problem going for it. Fourth and medium, I think it's too early to start taking some of these chances. I think you need to just let the game play out a little bit and trust your defense.
Doing damage on the ground as he runs it down to the 11-yard line. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Brown wants to pass. And it's incomplete as he was trying to finish the drive with a score. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. He's going to look for a man on third and short. Quarterback slides, and he's got enough for the first down. Auburn calls it second of 3 timeouts. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. They want to throw it. Completes it along the sidelines, but that'll be for no gain. They've got it down to the 3. Now it's second and goal. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. Right on the money, and he makes the grab in the end zone.
And how big is that for this offense? Put a nice drive together, get the touchdown, add to this lead already. Everything right now, Palmer, going their way.
Yeah, that was as good a 2-minute type situation as you could have offensively. And, David, they've got so many weapons on this offense. They practice these situations all the time, and they put it to work here at the end of the first half.
Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. They go play action with Russell. Left side, it's Ford. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They're going to run it. Across the 45. Gets the ball right to the 50-yard line, and that'll be enough for a first down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Might as well give it to him again. Last-ditch effort to get points before the half. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, welcome into the Week 13 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. So many seasons on the line. We start with the Washington Huskies, taking on the #1 team, the Oregon Ducks.
Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stops. Holly, what did you find out coming from the locker room?
I caught up with the Tide head coach running back onto the field. This is the moment his defense has to get organized. They have been a little problematic here in this first half, giving up too many points. And now, with the opponents getting the ball to start the second half, they do not want that momentum and a positive offensive output right here to change this game. He said our defense has to make a statement and make a stand, and it starts right now. Guys, back to you.
Holly, thank you. Auburn to the line in a hurry. Brown will throw it. On the move. They wrap him up. He tried to get back to the line of scrimmage, but he's stopped in the backfield. Auburn sends out the punting unit. That first punt was a beauty. They'd take another one just like it. Fields the punt. He gets a block. The speed, the shiftiness, the elusiveness, all on display in that sweet return there. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. All wideouts, no backs. Throwing Russell. Escapes the pressure going right. Trying to make magic with his feet. And he'll skip his way out of bounds after a short gain, making sure he doesn't take any unnecessary punishment. Second down coming up. Russell on play action. They're all over him. Out wide left, it's Edwards. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. The Crimson Tide with the aerial assault working back at it here. Running the red zone, it's Hill. He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Handoff again. This time the defense was ready and they stop him in his tracks.
And now a big third down coming up. Down multiple possessions. This is one, Palmer, I'm looking for 6. I'm not trying to kick a field goal. I want to cut into this lead with a touchdown.
No, you got to have it. And also, considering all of that, this is 4-down territory too. So you need to identify who are your best players on offense and how can you give them a chance to score this touchdown.
It's good. This is now a 7-point game.
And so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. Let's check in with Holly Rowe.
Here on the Auburn sidelines, there is some really good things happening. There is so much energy down here on the sideline. This running back has been on fire. They expected a big performance from him today, and he has delivered, just going over 100 yards already in this game. I expect them to continue to feed him the ball. I'll keep you posted from down here on the sidelines. Back to you.
Okay, Holly. He's over 150 yards rushing, channeling his Lionel Little Train James, James Brooks, Joe Cribbs, Brent Fullwood, a great legacy of Auburn running backs.
And let's go to the age where people like me actually remember and were alive with Ronnie Brown, Cadillac Williams. I mean, the list goes on and on of just guys who have been unbelievable in that orange and blue.
The run inside. It's Ncaa. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
And, man, this is more of the same for this dude toting the pill. Like, they keep giving it to him, and he keeps producing. Another chunk play. Like, I don't expect that they'll change much to do with this offense because every time they give it.
Intercepted. That is just what this defense needed. Flying down the left side. He's at the tip. Touchdown, Alabama! Took it all the way back to the house. Looking for the tie with the extra point. And the extra point was good. No incident there, and we're tied up in the third. Coming out with it, it's Richardson. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Rides to the back. Breaks into the open. He's at the 50. Big play on that one as he works his way all the way to the 28-yard line. The Tigers racing to the line in the hurry-up.
What a phenomenal job in the open field, breaking off the long run, and they're not going to just take their time and huddle up to get the next play called. They're right back at the line of scrimmage, going tempo.
Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
Man, that's an impressive play. This dude is so dominant. I'll tell you, we don't have enough time in this broadcast to list off all the great Alabama D linemen, especially in recent years. That play right there, that reminds me of the guy I played against back in the day, Cornelius Griffin, playing on the inside of Alabama's defensive line. You knew every single time you dropped back, you were going to have that guy in your lap. He was always pushing the pocket, and he was always collapsing it with his speed and athleticism and his first step. That last play right there reminds me of some of these great players we've seen on the Crimson Tide D-line here in recent years.
Oh, that one will leave a mark. No good. And here in the third quarter, it is still a tie ball game. They couldn't find the uprights on that 51-yard field goal attempt, so they'll give up the football. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 34. The defense there to make the stop. He barreled right into the teeth of the monster and picked up 4. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They go play action with Russell. Buys time to his left. He can't find anybody. It'll be incomplete as the defense does a really good job in coverage.
Really good job by the defense, understanding the quarterback got outside the pocket. Now I got to understand where he's at. Now the middle of the field starts to come towards where he's scrambling. The other side of the field comes to the middle of the field. Great job by the defense, understanding the quarterback was pressed outside the pocket.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. Gonna field this one in tight quarters. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. So here comes the Auburn offense. The long missed field goal squashed any hopes of scoring on the last drive. They'll try to get something done this time. Got a little space. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. Moving quickly, trying to rattle the D.
And the offense with a nice run, breaks off a little bit of run, gets a first down. Oh, and here they go again. First down, you've seen this. They like to go fast.
Right side, it's Johnson.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
Brown wants to pass. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Auburn lines up quickly. On 3rd and long, trying to convert through the air. Leaping grab for a big gain. They ripped off a huge chunk, and now a little chunk is needed to pay it off. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Here's the snap, looking to throw. He felt the heat, trying to get away, but down he goes. He'll lose a yard or 2. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. From the gun. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. These fans trying to be like a 12th man on defense and help them get a stop. Keeping it on the ground on 3rd and goal. He'll be stopped short, could not drive his way into the end zone, and now they're faced with 4th and goal. And they'll have to settle for a field goal try. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Gets the back moving. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. This game going to be a wrap shortly, and we have a minute to check out the scoreboard from the top 12 teams in the country. Final week of the regular season, and when you lose this late, you put it in the committee's hands, and that can be dangerous. And we're just about ready to go with the final quarter. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. Keelan Russell. Out wide right, it's Rodgers. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. Alabama pushing the tempo. Run the gun on third down, Keelan Russell. Caught. They'll move those chains, getting it out to the 29-yard line and trying to get this drive rolling.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that play.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Rodgers. Looks as if the Crimson Tide will have the first down.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the end route there.
On the ground, it's Hill. Stopped in his tracks. He got nothing. It'll be second and 10. Sixth play of the drive coming up. Russell. Left side, it's Edwards. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
Man, he's spreading the ball all over the yard, man. A lot of times when you go to one guy, man, I can kind of shut them down, or I can run coverages to stop wide receivers. Now getting the tight end involved, using the whole field, really in a flow, in a rhythm, the passing game looking good.
Defense all over him.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
They've got a really good drive going, but a little speed bump here at 2nd and 13. Russell on play action. Flush to the left. He's going to take off. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
Big hit, knocks the ball away, and it'll force him into a fourth down. We've got a potential big upset percolating, and one that could spoil everything this team's worked for up to this point. Caught. And he's brought down, but he picks up the first down, and the gamble pays off. No hesitation, no trying to baby the ball in there. He just fired it complete.
Fourth down, no problem. I'm just going to rip this to my wide receiver. He believed in himself. He knew he could get it, and they get the fourth down conversion.
All over him in the backfield. He'll lose 3 on the play.
And you got to do a better job up front right there. That run was doomed from the get-go. Nowhere to go. The back gets hit as soon as he gets the football. Hard to succeed as a running back when you get the ball and you get clobbered.
just feeds the running back. They're just trying to flex the muscle. They get him down at the 34 after a pickup of 4. If you can't win it all, you might as well try to ruin things for your rival, and that's exactly what we've got working here. Russell from the gun on 3rd down. He'll try to do it himself. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. Throwing Russell. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
The give. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 of the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll ride him again. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. Handoff to the single back. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. It'll be 4th down. This kicker is going to need nerves of steel on this one. And this one ought to be nice and easy, a 22-yard attempt.
That is a massive kick late here in the game to tie it up. And now, can your defense do their job and at minimum hold them scoreless here to put this thing into OT, or even better, can they get you the football back and give you an opportunity to win the game?
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Ncaa. Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line. Warp speed for 2nd down.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
They'll use a timeout with 26 seconds left on the clock. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Brown will throw it. Unloads to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. The offense uses a timeout, 20 ticks remaining. Here comes Auburn to the line on 1st and 10. Rashada Downs going up top. Can't hold on in the face of the contact.
I think the frustrating thing for this offense at this point is they've had a lot of success, and still they find themselves down on the scoreboard. And so I think if you're going to get back in this game, you've got to go back to the well. Think about the play calls that have worked for you in this game, where you found success, where you found your explosive plays. Don't be afraid to call those plays again right now in this 2-minute situation.
The timeout stops the clock with 10 seconds to play. And they say history repeats itself, and the Iron Bowl is coming down to a long field goal. Again, we're getting deep in the game, and this is for the lead. And it's no good after the miss here in the 4th quarter, still deadlocked.
Just have to wonder about the headspace this kid is in right now. That's now his 2nd missed kick. If he had made that one, they would have had the lead. He needs to go clear the cobwebs on the sideline and get his confidence back.
The give. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Right back to it. They'll stop him at the 41, but he's got 10 yards, and they'll move the chains. All right, guys, so here we go in overtime, and just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And you want to play defense first because you want to know what you need. That's a key philosophical approach for most teams when it comes to overtime, David.
Yeah, and remember the rule change a couple years ago, too, and the second overtime and two-point conversion. So all this stuff is situational type football that you better have worked on throughout these weeks of the season.
So here comes our first play of overtime. Defense in press coverage. Brown wants to pass. Gets open down the middle.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job increasing. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Tigers. They take the lead here in overtime. This extra point would give them a 7-point lead in OT. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. He has been surgical. Precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for it. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
One man in the backfield, and he gets it. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be 3rd down. They are up against it, a 3rd and long, needing a touchdown here in overtime. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. From the gun on 3rd down, Keelan Russell. Got his man in the middle. And he's tackled, stopped at the 14. They'll move the chains. They've got a first down in the red zone. The Tide trying to pay off this red zone trip. Looking for space. It's Hill. Got some room in under the goal line. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. They got it in, and now an extra point away from the Tide.
First off, really impressed by how physical this guy is still running the ball this late in the game. But now it's decision time. You want to play it safe, kick the extra point, or are you feeling aggressive to go for 2 points?
And I think this is all about how you feel about your defense and how you feel about this game extending. Do I have a chance? Do I have better players? Am I more fatigued? Like, all this has to come into account because you got a chance right now with one play to win this football game.
We play on first down here in the second overtime period. From the gun, the ground game.
Winning first down is such a big deal on defense, like getting them in more predictable situations, more passing situations. Nice job not giving up a lot of run after contact on that first down.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Keelan Russell makes a grab over the middle. Makes a catch, but goes no further, and it'll be a short pickup on that one. They'd love to strike first with a touchdown. They'll try to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. Quarterback changing the play. Russell from the gun on 3rd down. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Man, they just couldn't find a hole. Down in the red zone, the field shrinks. So much harder to complete those passes. But 4th and short. Now, decision time, baby.
Russell will throw for it on 4th. He's got it. 1st down and more. Drag to the ground, but not before. He's converted the 4th down to keep the drive going. Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. The give to the lone running back. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
And that's a good, solid run there, Reese. If you want to win in overtime, running the football is a good idea.
Showing that you're the more physical team in overtime can really be a breaking of their will. They give it back to him. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run. They'd love to strike first with a touchdown. They'll try to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. They stop him short as he was trying to scramble and find his way to the goal line. This thing has been back and forth now. 1st and goal as they try to take the lead in overtime number 2. They'll try to get it in with the run. There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss.
And I think a lot of times on offense, you start to get 1st and goal. People are like, why do you run outside? You run outside because you want DBs to have to tackle, you know. But they did a good job stringing this play out, not letting it get downhill, and making the tackle on 1st down.
They lost ground on 1st down. Now 2nd and goal from the 5. Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. No running room at all, and he barely makes it back to the line of scrimmage. It's 3rd and goal. They've got a little work to do here on 3rd and goal in overtime. They'll run it on 3rd and goal. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, he'll lose a yard.
And decision time coming for this offense. How about the defense? They've hung in there, Palmer, made him earn it all the way down. Now, are you going to go for it on 4th down?
Yeah, you know, after running so many plays offensively on the drive, I know it'd be disappointing to only walk away with a field goal, but you'd feel even worse if you went for a touchdown and didn't get it. I think you kick it right here.
It's good. He hit that one right down the middle, and they've regained the lead. Down by 3, it's their turn here in overtime. A touchdown will win it. Here's 1st down. It's inside. It's Ncaa. Oh, he's got some room. Headed to the goal line. They gain